What is going on, guys? It is Trader Cause, and I am reporting to you live from Maui for this episode of Kicking It with Cause. As I said in the Twitter update, I will not be able to actually go live for the next 2 weeks because I don't have my main recording desktop, just my laptop. So we will be just recording videos for the, I guess, in place of the Kicking It with Cause live streams, just for 2 weeks, and then everything will be back to normal. So let's talk about Bitcoin a little bit. I'll talk about Ethereum. I'm still kind of not trading alts at all, so I guess this is a decent time for me to be posting recorded videos instead of the live streams because there's a little bit less to talk about. As you guys know, if you've been watching the streams, I've been taking a little bit more of a passive approach recently. I've still been trading a little bit, but just not looking for setups all the time, and it's actually benefited my trading quite a bit, I would say. Things have been pretty clean recently, just trading this range, and hopefully that continues. And then maybe when I get back, alts will start to go crazy again, and we'll have some long 1.5, 2-hour live streams to celebrate. So this video is sponsored by Bybit. I actually don't have the little logo here because I'm using a different recording software on my laptop, but this video is brought to you by Bybit. If you guys enjoy the streams, feel free to check them out with the link in the description, and let's jump into it. So since the last video, let's see, today's Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. Last update was here at 39K. We were looking for longs on a sweep of Monday's low, which we got, and then that was around 34K here. Played out really, really nicely. And then we pushed up to the mid-range, and I tweeted that I'm taking full profit here. That was at 37.2, and then actually got in a short yesterday, but I will walk you guys through the reasoning behind that shortly. But overall, we've kind of just been ranging here. We are forming a bit of a base, I would say. I don't know if we're going to spike lower again. I don't know if we're just going to keep chopping around here, but we're making higher lows with the wicks, lower lows with the bodies. There are some nice daily divs forming, but that doesn't mean we can't poke down for another leg. So I'll walk you guys through my current short. I will tell you what I'm looking for to close that and to get long, and then we'll look at Ethereum, see if anything jumps out at us, and we'll call it there. Hopefully this will be a bit of a quicker update, and then might be easier for you guys to just consume all the information and won't take an 1.5 hours. So zooming in a little bit, this was the chart I posted on Twitter yesterday. So we took profit here on the longs following that sweep. We got long around here. I did enter with a limit, and then I added once we broke back in. So I'll clear that. Monday's mid-range has been super pivotal. This entire range has just been very clean. And what we're kind of looking for to get long, targeting 40K, would either be like a sweep of this low and then up, or if we can break above the monthly open. So new monthly candle, as you guys probably know. And I know I was looking for us to flip this 37.2 level, and we literally pumped the first hour of the entire monthly candle. And if you guys watch the streams, you know that I like to fade aggressive moves off the open, and that's even more true when it's a monthly open or a weekly open, because the odds that we put in our monthly low already just with that wick are very, very low. So when we start pumping right away off the open, it's not something I trust. I didn't get short right there because there was really no invalidation level. but it's not something that I was trusting, that I was believing to be a true breakout. And then we did break down, retest the monthly open perfectly, and then push down further from there. So let me go to my main Bybit chart. So I didn't actually catch a very good entry. I didn't think it was going to give the perfect retest of the monthly open there. So I entered with a market order here, stop at this high, 37.9. We now have this week's Monday's range. So that gave me some more information as to what to look for. So I'm going to clear the old range, even though it is still relevant. I just don't want to focus on it right this second. And guys, when we're in a ranging environment, these Monday's ranges just work out super, super well. So we kind of want to just keep milking that as long as we possibly can. So right now we're finding some support at the mid-range, but it's been tested 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It's a lot harder to draw on a trackpad than with a mouse. But if we break below that, I feel pretty good about us filling in this thin move right to Monday's low at 34.2. So reasoning behind this short, I guess, if we want to talk about that quickly, here, let's see. So this section was all of our trading on Monday. We opened up, pumped a little bit off the open, and you can see we put in that wick. That got faded, breakdown, bounce from 34 all the way up to 37.5. That's kind of where we put in the high, just barely above this high right before the daily close. Then we had a daily open pump, which we don't trust those daily open pumps, above Monday's high, and then we broke back below. So beautiful price action with a retest of the monthly open, and then continued to break down, and also almost Monday's high. So if I played this perfectly, I probably would have just left limits at the monthly open, and that would have been really nice short, barely any drawdown. But when I have a clear invalidation, when I know that if we break above this high, then I'm wrong, then I'm okay with getting a worse entry, just because with a clear invalidation, the entry isn't quite as important. If you know where you're wrong, you can enter a position. Sure, it's only going to be 2.8 R if it hits target, but I'm very happy with 2.8 R. But yeah, if you have an invalidation, you can enter wherever as long as it meets, as long as it's not a 0.5 R trade or something like that. So because I had a very clear invalidation, I was comfortable entering here, knowing that it could push up to the monthly open, but I also knew it was very possible to just go straight down, and then I would have missed it. So I was happy getting on board because I felt the invalidation was still close enough where I'm comfortable with the risk to reward, and the rest is kind of history. Monthly open held twice. I'm glad I was not awake for this move because it probably would have looked super bullish in real time. And yeah, luckily I didn't close the short on that squeeze. So what we're looking for now is a break below this mid-range and the weekly open to target Monday's low. If you're not short, I think this could provide a possible opportunity if you want to take it, but I don't really feel the need to compound here. Maybe if it does something like this, where we take out this high and then break down, because at that point we would have a nice clear sweep as a new invalidation level, and then you could just take this as a separate trade with a solid 2R. So if you compound that, you're almost at 5 between the two positions. So that's kind of how I look at compounding. So we'll see if that plays out. But just being patient for now, not spending as much time at the screen, which is actually helping me because I'm not over managing my trades at all. I'm just trusting my analysis and letting the trade play out. So I think that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, long scenarios. So to get long, I kind of talked about it, I guess, but let's talk about it in a little more detail. To get long, I want to get above the monthly open and Monday's high. I think if we do that, we're getting a clear breakout, and I would be targeting 40K. I guess you could call it kind of a breakout trade. I wouldn't really call it that, but I mean, you call it whatever you want. That would basically just tell me that we are breaking out of this range, and above the monthly open, I would be bullish. I would prefer if we came down, took out Monday's low, we could get long there, or even if it swept that low. It doesn't have to. I definitely would want to see it take out Monday's low. It could take out this one too if it does something like this and then back above. But regardless, I want to let it do its thing, see if it takes out 34.2 and 33.3. I'm not going to rush into it though. And if it just takes out this one, I'm going to wait for us to get back above Monday's low to enter the trade. If it takes out this one, I'm also going to wait for it to get back above Monday's low to enter. So just stay patient. There's nothing to do here if you're not in a position. If it breaks below the weekly open, you could take a short. But right now, there really isn't anything to do. Just let the market play out. You don't always need to be in a trade. If you try and tell yourself you need to always be in a trade, you're probably going to end up losing money. So long scenarios are as follows. Take out Monday's low or this low. I don't care how far it goes. But as long as it reclaims 34.1, then we're good to go. Or a flip of the monthly open and Monday's high. With either trade, we are targeting 40K. And then 45 if the market lets us. But we want to just assume that we get a ranging environment until proven otherwise. So we're just going to keep looking to play the range. If this comes up again, I probably wouldn't want to enter a short. Like for those that are looking to enter a short but aren't in yet, I probably wouldn't short like a fourth test of the monthly open. So just an FYI, if someone's thinking to get short, if this bounces up before going down, doesn't mean it won't do that. I just wouldn't feel as comfortable. I don't think the probabilities are quite as much on my side if that happens. So that's it for Bitcoin. Hope that's clear. We have 3 long scenarios mapped out pretty cleanly, and then a short scenario like that if it offers it. All right. So let's look at Ethereum briefly. I'm not in a trade on Ethereum, but I do think Ethereum's PA has been pretty clean recently, so it's something to keep an eye out for. If this does come down with Bitcoin and take out this low into the range low, because this kind of front ran it, that would be a omega long signal for me. Right now, we're just trading around the mid-range. It's kind of below it, but I wouldn't take a trade at the mid-range just because it's chopping around. Let me mark the new monthly open. Also, super, super clean. Like this is some textbook price action. Pump off the open, break back below, retest it from the downside, sell off. Like that is such a nice trade, and it's something you can look for every single day. So really clean price action there. Let me also get our current Monday's range on here. So it's this low to that high. You can see we made a high right before the candle closed. Zoom out a little more. So we have our higher time frame mid-range in the pink right here that we're consolidating at. Monday's mid-range just below that. And so pretty similar to Bitcoin. Like here's our Bitcoin chart. We're looking at Monday's low and this low. Exact same thing on Ethereum. Monday's low, this low here. I'm bullish if we get back above here, and I think it could provide a nice short-term day trade up to 2,940 at the range high. So that'd be like a $240 move, probably like 8%. And if it breaks down, I'm looking to long either a sweep of Monday's low or this low right here. So overall, really clean ranges, really clear plans. You don't need to be watching the chart all day. Keep an eye on it. If something starts getting close to the levels where you want to do business, then go to your computer and take a look, see if it gives you an entry. But I think a more passive approach when we are ranging is a bit better, because a lot of people, if you've been on crypto Twitter at all, you'll see that everyone just flips their bias in a range. So set your plans and execute on them. You don't need to flip-flop your bias if you know the only scenarios where you're willing to get long or short. Like if this is what I'm looking for to get long, and we dip to here and start pumping, everyone's going to be super bullish again, right? But I'm not going to enter long because it didn't meet my rules, and in the end, all we're doing is chopping around the range. So let everyone else lose their money. Let them flip their bias while we're stuck ranging, and we'll keep setting clear plans, executing, and making money. So I was able to keep this relatively short. Those are pretty much the only plans for right now. Looking for the same thing on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we'll kind of just see what looks cleaner when the time comes. This is getting a nice little pump right now, and it's very possible that our mid-range holds here and we push up from there. So right when I finish recording this video, I'm going to lock in some profit at around 1R, I guess it is. No, 0.75, and then leave the rest open and see what happens. But because we could bounce at this mid-range, I want to lock in some profit. I don't want to watch this turn into a losing trade at an obvious support level. So also, if it does something like this, moves down and then gets back above the weekly open, it's probably not enough for me to to open a long, but that would definitely cause me to close the short. So, all right, guys, that's a little bit quicker than the streams are, but I hope that's kind of helpful, because then you can get the information more quickly. And I guess main word of advice is to just be patient, let the range play out, and trade at the extremes. Like trade at the range, take longs at the range low, take shorts at the range high, and keep doing that until it stops working. So that's it for me today. Once again, thank you to Bybit for sponsoring this video. If you appreciate the videos, then feel free to check them out. Link in the description, and I will talk to you guys very soon on Thursday in the next video. And also, I will keep you posted if any of these scenarios play out. I'll do my best to post them on Twitter and let you guys know what I'm entering. Talk to you soon.